Hi, Henry.
Wow, it's amazing, isn't it?
It is amazing.
What year did you start Cheers? What year did that start?
I'll handle the questions, Henry.
No, I was just wondering.
Because I don't remember. 82.
Okay, so we met in 1982.
No.
Why?
No, and this was so wonderful.
Yeah.
Because your personality, your energy, what you put out in the world is so consistently up, kind, funny, all the adjectives you want, but really nice.
Thanks.
And I can
grateful.
say that you have been consistently that since the day I met you in New York City. You were auditioning for that's me, for Tom Stoppard play, after Magritte and The Real Inspector Hound.
The Real Inspector Hound. I auditioned for that.
Yes.
And Lenny Baker got it because he got everything that I auditioned for.
Yes. And I have, you know how sometimes you have snapshots? Because I was an understudy.
Yes.
And I was in the lobby, we had probably been rehearsing and then the audition started. So we all came out and we were sitting around in the lobby.
Right.
There were crew people around. And I don't have a photograph, how you take. I have a video of you coming out. If you're looking at the stage, it was, the right-hand doors into the lobby.
Yeah.
And you said goodbye, nice to meet you, to literally everybody there, legitimately, sincerely. And I had no idea who you were, but I went, wow. How about that guy?
And I didn't get it.
And you didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
Perhaps if you'd known you weren't going to get it, maybe you would have been
I would never have said goodbye.
But seriously, that's amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm grateful just to be on the earth. Honest to God. I mean, that is just true. That is my mantra.
I am too when I'm on it. And when I remind myself, because I can go moody, I can go, not humble or whatever that takes me in the wrong direction. And I do go, Ted, this is your life. Be grateful. So I am there. I live there most of it. Do you go dark ever within yourself? I don't mean towards other people.
You know what? If darkness is that I assume I'm away from the table, I'm off the table, that it's over, then yes, I go dark.
Well, give me an example of what that means.
I look at a talk show.
Yes.
Okay. Dave.
You're watching it.
I'm watching Dave and all of his guests. My guest needs no introduction.
Yes.
Except I'm never asked. And I think that's it.
Yes. How about award shows?
No, I'm used to that. I've in 50 years of award shows, I have won 2.
My batting average is pretty much the same. I've been nominated for, I don't know.
Yeah, but we're still here.
No, we are. We are. I'm talking about the little glitches in gratitude.
Okay.
The little glitches.
I'll give you another one.
Why am I trying to poke holes in your wonderfulness?
No, it's okay because this is the truth. I always feel like I'm the kid looking in the glass, looking in the window, and everybody is on the other side of the window.
Yeah.
And that Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Everybody has 5 jackets.
Yes.
I don't even have an invitation.
I don't have a T-shirt.
I don't have a T-shirt.
Yeah.
I did sit in the audience once in 1977. Paul Simon was the musical guest, and I did fall asleep. I was so tired from auditioning.
No, his music
day.
will do that to you.
Yeah, well, I don't think it was the music.
Okay.
Yeah. But, I've people come and go, and I've never.
Okay. I have to bounce around because, you think you know somebody, and then I started looking and going, holy moly, you've written 40?
41 books.
41
books. The 41st comes out in November.
And we have to talk about that. We have to talk about, obviously, the Fonz and all of that.
Right up the street.
Yes.
That we're on Larchmont. And right up the street at Paramount. I was there for 14 years. I did, and now that was after Happy Days finished. I'm sitting in my office. All I'm getting are Fonzie-like. I have no idea. Am I ever going to do anything that is as powerful? And I went dark.
How could you not?
Yeah.
I know.
I thought, I have no idea what I'm going to do, whether I could do it again, and I'm over.
Right. Can we just back up for a second?
Sure, go ahead. I went to
the impact.
Nursery school. Oh,
no, not that far back. Okay. But the impact, I think it's hard for people to understand the massive nature of your fame. And without trying to do ego and all of that stuff, just the fact that you walked around in the world, everywhere in the world, with so much attention pouring your way because they knew you, loved you, had watched you. Right. It was rock star.
And then they were shocked that I was a short Jew, that I was playing a tall Italian.
Was that depending on the country or no?
No, basically everybody went, oh, there's a great story.
Are you making a joke?
I'm not. I'm so serious. We're in Dallas. Now, in the beginning, the show was not doing very well. Happy Days was not doing very well. There were 100 shows. We were 48th. And in that calculus, we were not doing well. Yeah. So they sent us out into the world. They sent us to different cities to make personal appearances. We're in Dallas. We're at Neiman Marcus, the flagship store. 25,000 people came to say hello. But they are standing between us and the limo, the car that is going to take us back to the hotel.
Oh, you mean after you did your Neiman Marcus thing, you started to come out?
Yes. And the crowd had spilled into the parking lot.
Yeah.
Donnie Most is not the most secure.
Right.
And he goes, oh my God, we're going to die. How are we getting out of here? This is amazing. There are a lot of people in there. And I have never used the Fonz character off screen. And I turned to Donnie and I saw his panic. I said, I will take care of this. And I just looked at the crowd and I said, all right, listen up. A lot of you, 4 of us, you are now going to part like the Red Sea. I swear to God.
Oh, God, I love it.
And we started walking. Now somebody said, he's so short. I turned to where I thought I heard it, and I said, fuck you, I'm not short. And then somebody else yelled, he's so cool. I went, you got it. And we got in the car and left.
Henry,
true story, happened, unbelievable.
But they thought you weren't, that the show wasn't doing well. I mean,
and then they sent us out to bolster it. Now, then Gary Marshall had the idea to make the show 3-camera.
Wait, I didn't know
yes,
this. Yes,
we were 1 camera for the first 12. And in 75, in September, we went on the air as a 3-camera. Ron Howard never have working in front of the live audience.
Live, yeah.
Almost vomiting.
Yeah.
Except when you see him, you would never know. He could do anything, this man.
I mean, as a performer, you know that when we would, Cheers was live audience, and whenever we would have to dismiss the audience at the end of the evening and go back in and shoot something without the audience because of the angle of the camera or whatever.
Or rewriting a scene.
Right. They would rarely use it because the energy that the audience brings to your performance.
It's unbelievable.
It was like a huge drop that you just couldn't somehow deal with. So do you think the audience raised the level of people's awareness and
the audience when we eventually, if you meet a person and you have a nice reaction with that person, if you look at them for 3 seconds in the eye, they believe they've been with you, they're going to tell 10 people.
Yeah.
And if you do that often enough, people come and at least sample what you're doing. And if you don't deliver, they don't show back up.
I didn't really hear what you said. I'm trying to make eye contact so
gotcha.
You don't forget me.
Yeah, no, I feel like I'm with you. And goodbye.
Cheers was 70th out of 70.
Yeah.
That
but
first year.
Funny.
But it took a while.
The relationship that you all had in that one room was shocking.
Right.
And the writing, oh my God.
Yes, we're both so blessed. So blessed.
Grew up on 78th Street between Broadway and Amsterdam, across the street from Jim Brose.
Wow.
Yeah.
I studied with a Sandy Meisner student on 74th right on the corner of Amsterdam, between Amsterdam and Broadway.
Yeah.
Let me stay on the level of fame. And this is not to fan you, but
No, I really understand, because
hard to navigate at first.
Do you know why it wasn't? I figured this out lately. I am very dyslexic, but I mean, I'm in the bottom 3% academically in America. I had no sense of self. My parents didn't help. I embarrassed my parents. They were short Germans who escaped Nazi Germany. And because I did not do well, and they could spell in 3 languages, I was an embarrassment. So when people...
For real. Noticeably to you.
Real.
You knew that, felt that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, and I really do. And I now at 80 appreciate they escaped another country.
Yes.
They started another business.
They lost
everything. They lost all of I never had a grandparent.
An uncle.
I love being a grandparent.
Yeah.
To make up. But the fact of the matter is that I was told I would never achieve. People talking to me, people saying, oh my God, you are. Oh, you don't know. I watch I'm looking, who are they talking to? It can't be me. I know who I am.
Right, but that can mess you up. I mean, it kind of messed me up a little bit because I was still a toad in my own eyes.
Right.
So to be called all these...
I'm in the same pond.
Yeah.
I'm in the same pond with you.
So how did you deal with that?
Because there was another part of me. I understood, this is practical. I'm making a living. I can put a dinner on the table. I can put a roof over our head. I just struggled in New York after drama school. This is good. So I saw that of value, and then it took me 60 years to let all of that love in and realize for that person, that's what I meant. For that person.
Right. Let's do just a little bit of an anecdote. Is that the right word? I keep wanting to say antidote. Yes, because
antidote, you would save me from a poison.
Yes. So here's my background quickly, and you'll understand where I'm going.
Okay.
And we're talking about every fiber of society knew you, every whatever, little nook and cranny. I grew up in northern Arizona, Flagstaff. My father was an archaeologist.
First movie I ever made, for a television movie with Sissy Spacek in your hometown.
Flagstaff.
Yeah. And Tucson.
Which was also my hometown.
Yeah.
What was the name of it?
It was called Catherine. It was the story of Patty Hearst.
Oh, wow.
And I was the revolutionary, and Sissy was I fell in love with her, and she was the pristine, very wealthy.
One of our great actresses and most wonderful human being.
Wow.
I get this from my wife, Mary, who's worked with her.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, Flagstaff, Arizona. All my friends growing up were Hopi. Now you know where I'm going.
Yes.
Hopi, my friend Raymond.
Okay, see, Hopi.
Yes, and this is about the scope of your fame.
I went there.
I know.
Okay.
go.
I'm not saying another word.
No, okay. But what I'm saying is you did go to the Hopi villages.
I did.
And you saw their dances, the Kachina dances, which I grew up around.
On my bookshelf.
Love you, my friend. I have them all over my house. Yes, I made one. I was taught by Jimmy Kawanwatewa how to make Kachina dolls. But here's the deal. Getting onto, even with my father, who they all knew because of his job.
What was his job?
He was at that point, he was the director of the Museum and Research Center. And the museum was dedicated partly, besides being a natural history museum, to the culture, to nurturing the culture and arts and crafts of the Hopi, Navajo, Zuni, Pueblo Indians.
Oh, my God.
So he would go out to each and every village and bring in their baskets, their jewelry, their Kachina dolls, everything, and there'd be a show which they would benefit from.
Right.
So they knew them by name, and we could get into the Kachina, to the dances in the villages. Impossible to get there.
Right.
You got there.
I did.
Also, if you bring out a camera in those villages, you are kind of asked to leave. You just don't take pictures.
It is true, because they believe if you take a picture, you take their soul with that picture.
Yeah, and it's like going into the middle of a Catholic ceremony with the Pope and starting to flash. Right. It's a sacred place.
Okay.
You take it from here, because I read what happened.
Okay. So my son, Jed, who is now my stepson, because his father has said couldn't call him. So Jed was in third grade studying Native Americans.
Right.
Easter vacation, we drive across the country to Arizona to visit the Hopi and the Navajo.
Yes.
And
you're in the midst of happy days.
Oh, my God.
Smack dab.
So now I go with my family to the Hopi Nation, and we see the oldest house in America.
Walpi.
The chief's residence of the Hopi Nation. My camera, I know, I got the instruction to lock it in my car. As we are walking to watch the Kachina celebration, they say, go get your camera.
Who says?
I don't know.
But
I don't remember.
I hope he does.
A member of the tribe.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I got my camera, and I was able to take pictures of the Kachina dances. And I talk about that.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the great honors of my life.
It is astounding. You would have to go to someplace in Africa to see something so powerfully different than our everyday life. They've been celebrating on the same plazas, dirt plazas, for the last 500 years, praying to their gods.
Right.
And you got to be there.
Now we're leaving, and a grandmother comes out of her house as we're walking to the car, delivering me a hot, freshly baked bread.
Yeah.
And she said, we watch Happy Days using our car battery for electricity.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to give you. This is for you. And I said, this is the most magnificent baked good I will ever receive in my life.
I love that. I hadn't heard this before, and I read it someplace from our research.
Yeah.
And it made me so happy, and it made me kind of, even though I know you, appreciate you, love you, and have known you for many years, it just took me to a different place, because that is my my upbringing, my heart and soul. These are the kids. At 7, I was running around the dances, being silly with my friend Raymond.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me means so much. I just love that. But it also goes to the point, you were someplace where not many people can even go, and the Fonz had been there.
The Fonz had been there because we did one episode, a Thanksgiving episode, where the Fonz was respectful to Native Americans, and they just absorbed me in.
Yeah.
Oh, What a thing that was.
Yeah, what a thing. Here's another little thing about the scope of your fame that I remember Mary and I I was trying to talk Mary into going on some sort of cruise with the kids.
Yeah.
And I guess you had gone on a cruise.
I did.
And it was not a nightmare, but you were trapped.
Okay, so everything was great. The great friend of mine, the late Gary Smith, asked me to come on the cruise on the Norwegian line.
Yeah.
My daughter is 3. We're making splatter art in the room with finger paints. And you go out of your room and somebody, hey, come over here. Let me take a picture with you.
Yeah.
Okay, hi, nice to see you. Hey, well, I don't have any camera in my... You wait right there, okay? And I'll be right back. I said, sir, I don't think I'm going to do that. So that part of the cruise
was hard.
But the food was pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's nowhere to run or hide.
There's no way to run or hide on a boat.
Yeah. Okay, things grind to a halt after you've done Fonz and it's dark.
For the next 8 or 9 years.
Yeah. But it's like you didn't grind to a halt. You started to produce.
Yeah.
And direct. And write?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I produced, I tried to produce and direct. But this is a life lesson I learned that is vital in everybody's life who is listening. And I'll be that bold. The greatest thing you learn is to pivot. You're going on a way and you're thinking, oh, I got to stay. I can't do anything else. I don't want to do anything else. You have to learn to pivot. And when you pivot, the universe opens up and all of this generous stardust falls on you.
Yeah.
I did things I never knew how. My lawyer, rest his soul, Skip Brittenham III. Did you know him? Because he was your lawyer too.
Thanks in large part to you. We'll go back to that later.
But how wonderful. That man changed my life. Skip Brittenham III. Okay. So Skip said to me, I'm going to start a production company for you. I said, ho, 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 ho. I can't do that. I don't understand one thing about producing or the business. I only know how to do what I'm doing. He said, you'll learn. And then I met a group of men who eventually were my partners, and most of them didn't turn out really well. One guy, maybe one of the worst people I ever met on the planet in 80 years of living, became my partner. And I had part of my compensation was an on-air commitment from ABC.
Right.
They would take a show I wanted to produce and put it on. That was the deal.
Yeah.
And this man and I developed, heard a lot of different stories and developed MacGyver.
Wow. I had forgotten that.
First show I ever produced.
Yeah.
And you learn. There are things I can do. There are things I can't do. But then there are wonderful people who do what I can't do.
Yeah.
And then they become part of your world. And the parts I can do, boom, I'm up till 3 a.m. on Saturday night, putting the final edits with everybody on MacGyver. And then you deliver it to the network just in time. It goes on the air, and they call that wet. You deliver it wet because it's soaking and dripping down your television screen, but there it is.
Yeah. And add to that, another thing you say, if you can will it, you can have it. You can make it happen.
That became my mantra, that if you will it, it is not a dream.
Yeah.
And I read it. It was said by, I think, Herzl at the beginning, at the birth of Israel. And I have now realized, whatever religion you are, it is the beginning and the end of living on this earth. If you know what you want without ambivalence, and you just visualize, if you will it without doubt, there is a very good chance you will end up where you want to be.
Which is very law of attraction and add, which you do, the gratitude of where you are.
Yes.
And not use where you are as proof that you're not where you want to be. Just thoroughly enjoy where you are and then will the rest.
Yeah, people say to me, what is the favorite thing you've done? And I said, the next thing I do.
Yeah.
The next thing I do will be my favorite.
Yep. That's why I hate career talk.
Yeah.
Because it's like career is when I'm in my rocking chair with the shawl over my shoulder and I can't do anything else. Then I'll talk to you about career. Right. But my ego is such that I haven't done it yet.
Right. I'm with you.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. That's cool.
I haven't done it yet. But I love what I've done.
I have to go back for my sake, not yours. And because you when somebody said to me, you probably in the early years of Cheers, you probably should have a lawyer. And I talked to you about Skip, and you were very encouraging. And then I was with Skip for like 30 years.
Right.
And then towards, I don't know how many years ago, 5 years ago or something like that, I hit a patch of fear and coming from scarcity.
Right.
So I can save money. This is an apology to Skip, who's not here, because he was so loyal, so sweet, so kind. We both considered each other friends. We did not go fly fishing like you did with him, but really made a huge difference to my life.
Oh my God.
And I expressed my gratitude all the time. And then I said, Skip, I'm going to leave because I thought I would be saving X amount of money.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure it hurt his feelings, maybe pissed him off. And I feel like, wow, I wish I had done that.
But can I ask you a question? Did it help? Did you, the next choices you make change your trajectory at all?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know how to answer that quite, but I part of my rationale was, well, my days of big contracts or big deals are over, and that's where Skip comes in and makes this vast difference.
But it's totally understandable.
But another big thing came my way. So it's like, well, shoot, Ted, you hurt a friend's feelings for no
But at the moment, sometimes the way we feel in our insecurity is so gigantic. It's so powerful. We cannot fight against it.
No, but it
you have
does
to give
teach
yourself
you
a break.
Make decisions out of love, not out of fear.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because they turn out better. Anyway, I just needed to say that because I know what a
wonderful
huge
thing.
part.
Yeah.
Not only he was a huge part in your life, but you were a huge part in his life. Yeah. I mean, we don't have to go into it.
I never knew that really until like people at the memorial service would say to me as I walked around getting an hors d'oeuvre, because I'm a good eater, and would say, "Oh my God, he loved you. He loved you." But I didn't always know that.
He also credited you for his career.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, he did to me.
All I knew was he changed my life.
Yeah.
He told me to stay home in the 4th year of Happy Days for 1 day, which is something I have never done. I went to work with pneumonia, and he said, stay home. I said, I don't know if I can do that. He said, you can. And ABC called. And if you listened on the phone,
wow,
it was like,
who the fuck does he think he is?
Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Paramount called. Who do you think you are? And I'm shaking in the leaf, and I'm calling. I'm calling Skip. They're calling me. They're saying that. He said, "Don't listen." I went, okay, and it changed my life.
Yeah, and his. That's a scary thing to go contrary to who you are and who people know you are too.
Yeah. I met him through my agent at the time, Joan Scott, who came out here from New York to open a satellite office. The first thing she said to me is, it's going to be hard to sell you. And so I went in the corner and shook. And the second thing she said, you're going to need a lawyer. You want to meet this guy. I took a walk with him on Wilshire Boulevard, and I thought, oh, I like him. I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I'm in. She's starting a new firm. Boom, I'm in. That was it.
That's very cool. And you directed during this period of not being able to transition into different kind of roles, right? How is that a happy place?
No. I won an Emmy for an after-school special. But I could never, my directing career is like a lawnmower that you pull that never turns over. And I just cut the cord. I thought this is like, I directed Memories of Me with Billy Crystal and Alan King.
Yeah.
I loved it. Didn't go anywhere. I directed Cop and a Half with Burt Reynolds, who is like a story unto itself, and this African-American 7-year-old actor. Open number 1. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
And then I directed a major star and a dog. And I was fired within 13 days. And that was it. That was the end of directing.
And there's proof positive, pivot, proof positive, keep willing it and it will happen. And don't take what
you have to get off the floor first.
Yeah, you have to get up.
Yeah, you got to get up.
Yeah.
And Jim Wyatt, who was my agent at the time, bless him, he said, you need to be seen. And he took me to the famous steakhouse on Santa Monica Boulevard, still in West Hollywood. It was big in New York. There were pictures on the wall.
The Palm was famous for its rude waiters. I mean, they were very kind of dismissive. It was part of the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, this is a great thing on being on TV. They were never rude to me.
They
put down their lobster and they would make, is this fine? Oh my God, I love this lobster. Thank you.
We do get treated differently. I mean, people, I will think the nicest things of people who are, and I sometimes fear that if somebody likes my work, that's good enough for me to like them, even though they may be horrible people.
Yeah, but I don't bother to find out.
Yeah.
They gave me a compliment. I like them. They're in my will.
Let's dip back into the nice part.
Okay.
I mean, you had a tough, sometimes your reflection by your parents wasn't that complimentary to you, little boy, because you weren't living up to, or however you want to phrase it. Where did you go? Oh, I want to put, when I saw you in New York, you were already without fame the way you are now. You were kind, acknowledging of everybody, sweet and polite.
Do you know
So when did that start?
I don't know, but I sure know what it feels like not to be acknowledged. When I first came out here, the first job I ever got was Mary Tyler Moore, which were the friends of that time.
Very funny.
Thank you. Thank you. And they called lunch and everybody scattered. Now, this is my insanity. I, of course, am feeling abandoned. I'm standing on a professional set, being a professional. Everybody's got a place to go. I will later learn they call lunch. You go to your room and you make a phone call. Yeah. You meet a friend. You have a wurst at the Paramount commissary. I stood there, and it was like one of those shots where the camera is on a crane and it keeps going higher and higher, and the floor is empty, and it's just you.
Yeah.
Like a moron. I could have asked somebody, hey, where does everybody go for lunch? No. I just felt sorry for myself. And I swore at that moment, as the camera was pulling up on the crane, I will never let another actor feel that way on a set I'm on.
Yeah. And you didn't. But I saw that before you were, well, no, maybe not. You came out and did that show
in 73.
Before you went back and did Flat.
No, I did Lords of Flatbush before.
You did?
I did. We had finished it in September. We reshot it after a year. We reshot the ending of the movie. And then the next day, I got on a plane with Perry King American Airlines, 10 o'clock in the morning, and flew to see what I could do in California.
And the first thing was
The first thing was the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Yeah. And the second thing was Bob Newhart, because Mary Tyler Moore's husband, Grant Tinker, the most handsome man maybe to walk the earth.
Yeah.
I never saw anything like it in my life.
Yeah.
Every gene fought to get his face. No, get out of the way. I'm going to be his chin. Okay. But anyway. They were very loyal. And so then I got hired, and then I got Happy Days.
I'm just so thrilled that I don't have that stand-up comedian. I'm not a comedian. I am a
wonderful, funny actor is what you
are. Who loves funny material.
Unbelievable breath.
Yes.
I mean, you're on a show now even.
Yeah.
You just keep going.
Yes, as do you. We're very lucky.
Well, wait a minute. That's a big thing. You cannot just go by that.
No.
There are so many actors our age who are sitting by the phone or who have put the phone in the closet.
Yeah. No, we're very, very, very lucky.
And then, how about this? When we first started, everybody poo-pooed making commercials.
Yeah.
Everybody poo-pooed it.
Yeah.
I made my living making commercials. I earned my money to come out here for the month for commercials. Too. And now, Helen Mirren is making commercials for Uber fucking Eats. I wrote her a fan letter.
I know. Boy. Times have changed.
Yeah. That's another lesson I learned. If you get a job as an actor and it doesn't completely destroy your soul, you do it, you show up, and you take it.
And you do it the best you could.
Like it was Chekhov.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
But the reason why I started down that path was being part of the lineage of funny. Of people who chase the giggle, who just love funny.
Yeah.
You married Tyler Moore. MTM was one of the strands of funny that came out. Newhart. Similar, same strand.
Yeah.
But aren't you so, not proud's the wrong word, but whatever, proud to be part of that funny lineage?
I am absolutely proud. I have had that thought recently when doing, interviews for, I do a show on the History Channel.
I'm about to follow your steps. I am your understudy,
How great is
by
that?
the way. Yes, it
How
is.
How great is that?
I haven't started it yet, but I'm so excited.
Do you love that? But I love my information.
Yeah, that's great.
I love those facts. But anyway, so I'm doing and I'm thinking, I'm talking about all of the men and women that I worked with.
Yeah.
And they're all, I'm so proud that I was in their camp.
Yeah.
Now, a writer who wrote some of the great episodes of Barry has her show Scarpetta. I'm sure that's the same Liz Sarnoff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boom.
I know. So amazing. Give me some of your favorites going back.
Gary Marshall is the champion of my life.
Wow. Talk about also being able to do broad comedy, Pretty Woman, drama, everything.
It was all in him.
Yeah.
And he was as idiosyncratic as the day is long.
Give me an example.
We would take off on a plane. He had an attaché case. And the only thing in that attaché case were statues of Buddha, the Jesus, Jewish star, the Quran, Muhammad, and he lined them up on his attaché case on his knees as we took off. We were in the air. He opened the attaché case, put them all back in, and put it under a seat. only had spaghetti with ketchup.
As all the saints did.
He missed.
Only had spaghetti with ketchup.
Yes. What about vodka sauce?
Yes.
Really? Oh, my God. Gary.
Yeah.
But, great. Gary
yeah.
was so successful in 3-camera.
Yeah.
Robin Williams comes and does one episode on Happy Days, gets his own show. Same cameraman who did the original parting of the Red Sea in 10 Commandments. The original 10 Commandments are the men sitting on our cameras.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
they are now
fantastic.
doing.
I love that.
They are now doing Robin's show. There are 3 cameras. And Gary said, all right, how we do? Camera 1? He didn't come by me. Camera 2? I didn't see him. Camera 3? I never saw Robin. Gary put in the 4th camera only for Robin.
Wow. Because we had 4 too, even though you call it 3 camera. Yeah. Tell me about sitting.
But remember, we started way before you.
You did.
So So we had 3 Mitchells with 10-minute canisters.
Yeah, we had that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and Jimmy Burrows, our director.
Oh my God.
It was pre-video and digital stuff, so where people now sit there and watch, the video feedback. He would just kind of look and think and just trust his camera operators that they had gotten
to be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, for me, one of the greatest things about Jimmy was he was like a conductor.
Yeah.
Like he directed through his ear.
Yep.
I did unfortunately, the series was the only series that he did the pilot for that didn't go, but I don't hold any grudges. And about used car salesmen. But he would stop. Hold it. He would stop you as you were revving up to the joke because he knew you were going to miss it.
Yes. And also the setup perhaps to the joke was incorrect, so he knew the joke wouldn't work. He'd go, no. In case you were about to say it,
Absolutely.
He would overdo it. He also laughed.
Yes.
And at first it was like, oh, come on, I don't quite believe that during rehearsal you're finding it's that funny. But what he was also doing was saying, this is where the laugh will be. So get used to a laugh so you don't plow through it.
I never knew that. I remember that laugh.
Yeah.
You can hear it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
How
lucky.
brilliant was that? But his father,
Abe.
Oh my God, one of the greatest Broadway creators, directors, writers of all time.
Bob Newhart, you were on his show, did I see, or no?
I was.
Yeah. There's another God.
I had his albums.
Yes.
Oh my God. I had his albums. And then I was on the set with him. Couldn't believe it.
My introduction to television, because I didn't have one growing up, I got it at Stanford University. Freshman year, I got it off the street, put it up, wired it up, turned it on, and Dick Van Dyke was tripping over the ottoman in a rerun. Right. Dick Van Dyke was my, hero sounds stupid, but his physical comedy-ness.
His timing with Mary, oh my God.
All of it was just, and I got to do this podcast with him. Mary and I went out to his house and talked to him. I got to talk with Carol Burnett and become friends with Carol Burnett. The thing that I love most about have any kind of stature license in this business is I go up to anybody I want.
Yes, right.
And tell them how much I appreciate it.
I agree.
It's so wonderful to be able to do that.
I met Carol Burnett. She came to Emerson College and gave money for an acting scholarship. And she said she liked my last name. That was it. That was my entire. But I got to direct Tim Conway.
Oh! Really? On her show, you mean?
No. On a different show. Clueless.
Yeah.
I directed him in Clueless, and I realized all I had to do was point the camera and shut the fuck up. Not say a word.
Yeah.
Then I produced a comedy show, which unfortunately didn't work, but we took Tim Conway around the country, and he would become like a policeman on the street and stop people because he didn't like their fashion. Again, we had boxes built where the cameramen were hidden. Oh my God, what a man. What a man. Robert De Niro. This is one of my favorite stories of all time. Ron Howard and I are walking down the street on Paramount, and they are making Godfather 2. Whoa. And they are using the mill where they make all of the sets for everything, television and movies, for Paramount. And we're walking by the mill, and Bobby De Niro's leaning up against the wall. I said, we got to say hello. Ronnie said, are you sure? I said, I promise we're not going to disturb him. I said, I don't care. We went up and I said, Mr. De Niro, Ron Howard, and he grunts. And I said, I just have to tell you one thing before we leave. The first movie I ever saw in a screening, I was invited to a screening of a movie that wasn't out yet in Hollywood, 1973, Mean Streets. I said, Mr. De Niro, you use the word fuck better than anybody in the entire entertainment industry. And we walked away. 40 years later, he does The Intern. He is in the back. I'm invited to The Intern with my wife because the director, Nancy, is a friend of ours. I walk up to Bob, calling him Bob. I walk up to His Majesty. He is wearing an Irish cap. He's leaning against the wall. And I said, I'm so sorry. I have to do what every person does to me. I need to take a selfie with you. He said, all right. I'm holding up the camera. And he said, you said I used the word fuck better than anybody in the industry. I dropped and smashed my camera. That is my dream is to do a scene with him. Forget about doing the movie with him, to do a scene with him.
Yes, my God, yes. Mary was lucky enough to do it.
Of course.
I think you can look at his films. You could see, I think, and Mary and I talk about it, where he did heavy duty, De Niro, and then he had a little nibble of funny.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, maybe I want to spend my life more often being funny.
Yeah.
And in funny stuff. And he started just doing all this funny stuff.
Comedies.
I have no idea if that's true, but Midnight Run, one of the most perfect films ever made.
I just used it as an example. I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah. Okay, just in case somebody says we've been going 2 hours, which we haven't, I have to start talking books, okay?
Books, okay.
When did that start?
Okay, it started a pivot.
A pivot.
I did a Broadway play.
During the Middle Ages.
That was the 2000s.
Oh, let me interrupt. Sorry. We both have one thing about Broadway in common. I had a one-night stand too.
Yeah.
I was in Status Quo Vadis.
Right.
In Broadway.
Right.
My parents came. It was one of those shows that was directed so well that the rim shots were brilliant and the audience would go, ha!
Yes.
And then it would fade because there was no meat behind it.
Right.
And they go, why are we laughing? And ha! And we got killed by Clive Barnes.
Barnes.
Yeah. And I went in said goodbye to my parents who had flown from Arizona.
Yeah.
Put them, in a taxi, and I went to the backstage and I walked in to my job, and the doorman said, whoa, bub, where are you going? And I went, I work here. And he went, not anymore, you don't. And he pointed at the sign. But you had one of those before your other victories.
2 of them.
Oh, really?
I had the 2 of them, and in between, I had the dinner party by Neil Simon. And with the great late John Ritter, who was a good friend. And I adored him with every fiber of my being.
Yes.
And we flew back on the plane together. We had finished 9 months of being on Broadway. I enjoyed every performance.
Yeah.
Get back to California, cannot get hired. Cannot get hired. It's like persona non grata. I call a friend, Alan Berger, who is a manager at Mike Ovitz's management company. The art on the wall was a museum.
Yeah.
I said, Alan, I'm having a problem. I can't get hired. He said, write books for children about your dyslexia. I said, but I can't do that.
Wow. Yeah. Out of the blue.
Out of the blue. He said, I can't do that. I'm dyslexic. I can't write a book. I haven't read a book. He said, I'll introduce you to Lynn Oliver. She knows everything about children's literature.
As a writer or as a
she started with her partner, the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators. There are 40,000 members worldwide.
Wow.
And she has written many, 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 many books. I meet her for lunch at Gower Gulch, Sunset and Gower. It's where Republic Studios was, and that's where the Cowboys would have lunch. The fish was horrible. The meeting was great. We hatched Hank Zipser, the world's greatest underachiever. Hank is me. I call the head of the book agency in ICM. Her name is Esther Newberg. She has done every power hitter. She has done every book. Hi, Esther, Henry Winkler. I know who you are. I'm with the agency. I know that you. I've written a proposal. I don't do children's books. I said, I understand. But there's always that first time, Esther. Don't do children's books. Would you just take a look at the proposal? All right, send it to me. She sent it to 5 publishers. 3 said no. 1 said maybe. And 1 said, you know what? He's a celebrity. We'll give you a contract for 4 books. And Lynn and I sat in her office from 2003 and wrote. And we are now coming out with our 41st children's book.
Yeah, that's truly amazing.
And now, with our 41st book, the last 4 have been another series about a duck, Detective Duck. She lives on a pond. She's also an environmentalist. This little duckling who dreams about being a detective. Her best friend is Sal the salamander, who said, you know what? You could do anything you want. You really can. I've got yellow spots, but you could do anything you want. And he's also very jealous because one of the books is about going to the other pond on the other side of the mountain, and they're having spring games. You can't say Olympics. They're having spring games, all of the insects and creatures. And we're invited. And we go, and there's a mallard who is very handsome. Green head, beautiful plume. And our little duckling is drawn. And Sal says, excuse me, I am her best friend. Why is she spending so much time with him? And Sal has to get it and find it in himself to save the mallard who gets stuck in plastic. You know those 6 holders for cans?
Yeah.
The mallard gets stuck and the salamander, when very few people know this, when they want to secrete a kind of gelatinous goo that helps the mallard squeeze out of the plastic.
Henry, I love it.
Yeah.
Let me go back to dyslexia.
We're going back.
To dyslexia.
Yeah.
Huge. How I feel, it's probably not necessarily right, but this has to be one of the best reasons for you to be as famous as you are, is to put those books out into the world and address this to people who are...
Didn't know at the time that I was only writing what I knew.
Yeah.
I didn't know that 1 out of 5 kids has something that is going on in their wiring, having nothing to do with them, not their fault.
Makes them feel less than, makes them feel dumb, makes them feel
and they're not
left out. No. I mean, name some of the people who are. So didn't somebody tell me like Einstein or somebody?
Einstein?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Cher?
Yeah.
Henry Winkler?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's got it bad. Yeah. He told me.
Yeah. My Mary's sister, Nancy, who's a teacher, and is it Barton? There's a system of teaching kids to get through dyslexia and help them read. It's called the Barton program.
There are several, so it could very well be Barton.
But this is addressable now. I mean, people focus on it.
You can learn how to negotiate your learning challenge. There are schools across this country that deal only with children who learn differently. And I just had one of the moments of my life. My dream was to have any kind of meal with Mel Brooks.
Oh,
I shook his hand once. 2 weeks ago, I got a call from Mel Brooks because he heard I wanted to chat with him. And he thanked me because his grandson went to Century Park East, which is a wonderful school for children who learn differently. And I read my books when his grandson was there. What a circle.
Wow. Talk about comedic lineage.
Oh, my God.
Lord.
I didn't have the courage to say, do you want to have a tuna sandwich together? I was just so excited that I was talking to him.
Anne Bancroft.
Anne Bancroft.
Wow.
Okay, I made a big mistake.
Uh-oh. You hit on her once?
No, I didn't hit on her.
All right.
It was worse. Worse. She was doing a play at the Mark Taper Forum, which is part of the theater in L.A., part of the music center downtown. I went to see it. She was in it. I went backstage. And I thought, I don't know why I thought this. I literally lost my mind. I thought I should tell the truth. And I said to this woman, when she said, how'd you like it? I said, you were great. The play, not so much. The play might have been a little long. And the look on her face was, I never want to see you again in my entire life.
It's famous amongst actors, that moment backstage, because you have just worked your ass off for 2.5, 3 hours, worked your ass off performing for an audience, and then you'll have friends come back and go, oh man, you did it again. Where should we go for dinner? And it's just like...
They never say, how did you do? Oh my God. I learned a big lesson.
Yeah.
I shut my mouth.
I will sit there sometimes. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this.
As an actor or as a...
As an actor, watching a play. And it just really is, at least minimum, not my cup of tea.
Yes.
But it's a friend up there.
Yes.
Or just somebody that is famous that I know. Because we're famous, we're going to have to go back because they do know who's in the audience.
I agree.
So you go back.
I also enjoy that.
Me too.
Okay.
So I will find something and finally go, yes, there's a moment that knocked my socks off. I will find the thing that knocks my socks off so I can be acknowledging.
I'm with you. I know what it is to search for the right word.
Yeah. And it's, you know what? You should. You should search for the right word because it is a noble thing to stand up in front. God bless you for even telling that story.
Oh my God. It was, you know what? I have forgotten that I was so out of line.
Yeah.
I was insane.
Okay. What are some of the favorite things you've done that make use of your baggage? I always, I am forever, this is Ted. He's really a nice guy. He's really sweet and he'll make you laugh. When you hear that I'm in something, the kind of America will go, oh, yeah, that's sweet. I like him. He's nice and he's funny. And then you get hired by somebody who's doing a show like Damages or Fargo, where they make use of your baggage, which is nice guy, to flip it on its ear, and because the nice guy can get away with more, and the audience will still struggle because it's Henry.
Just happened.
Tell me.
Bob Odenkirk, a friend,
God, amazing actor,
called me up and invited me to Winnipeg. Very flat, very cold, not bad food, to be in a movie called Normal. And I start off using my baggage.
Yeah.
And it flips on my head.
Wonderful.
Yeah. But exactly that.
Which is smart, because when you have as much baggage as, I shouldn't put myself in the same, because the Fonz was just huge, but I have that same kind of baggage.
Yes,
but it's smart because you can't all of a sudden go, Henry Winkler is starring as Adolf Hitler. You can't make a
mistake in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I made a big mistake. I played a Vietnam War veteran with Sally Field, and the audience was not ready.
Yeah.
To see. They thought, oh, the Fonz. I'm going to go see the Fonz. Yeah. I did a wrestler in no. Can I drop a name?
Yes.
Jimmy Kimmel's favorite movie. Yeah. The One and Only.
Yeah, The One and Only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a poster in his office.
It actually was wonderful. It didn't do well as what you're saying.
Didn't do well.
Yeah.
Ed Begley was in it.
Ed. Oh.
Yeah. Ed.
The walk the walk environmentalist of our time.
Walk the walk. The funniest. So we're in Hawaii together. He has his girlfriend at the time, Annette Bening, with him. And we go to dinner. And he said, let me pay. And he takes out his credit card and he slaps it on the table. It was the TWA Airlines points card that the waitress said, we don't take. And he went, you don't? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Did you read his book?
No.
Oh, it's magnificent, because there's no reason he should be alive today after all of the drugs and alcohol he did in the late 60s, early 70s. Yeah. But he knew the world.
I never knew that. All I know is every time I see him, it is like we have seen each other 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. He is one of my beloveds. I really, really respect him and love him. And an extraordinary environmentalist.
Yeah.
How do we get off on Ed? Fuck Ed. How do we get back?
Because it's a conversation.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Which I lose track of nowadays.
Not me.
No, you're sharp as a tack, by the way.
I am.
How about names?
Thank you. Names. Not good.
Yeah, nor I, but I never was.
Oh, what about this? You know that movie? We just saw them. We just saw,
starring what's his name? Yeah.
And it had the. You know him. You know him.
Mary and I, we love doing. We're tied to the waist. We're just, we're whatever, and we love each other's company, and so we do everything together. So we do in the morning. We sit in bed with our coffee and do Wordle.
Who
connections.
Makes the coffee?
What?
Who makes the coffee?
I do.
You.
It's my job.
You get out?
Oh, I get out.
How does she like it?
She likes it with oat milk. It changes. But
oat milk doesn't taste the same.
Than before?
No, I use heavy cream.
Yeah.
I tried oat milk.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So
I think she says her stomach rumbles.
Oh,
so we don't do
My
that.
stomach is rumbling right this second.
Yeah. Sorry.
How do you like it?
Black.
Black.
I like the
easy
slam punch.
Yeah.
But we sit there and we do all the New York Times games, spelling bee and all that stuff. But we do it together.
Yes.
We never compete against each other.
No, right.
And it's also, together we're a pretty good brain.
Right.
Together.
I'm with you.
And as you're sitting there talking in a conversation with friends or something, the other person is watching the person who's talking, not super consciously, but knows when they're about to search for a name. And because you're not under pressure, you can come up with a name.
Right.
So you just feel, we're like...
Can I live in your house?
Yes.
Yes. I need that person.
Yes. Memories that I miss, watching Max and Charlie play sports.
Soccer. Fraser Park.
Yeah.
Having just rained.
Yeah.
Their cleats it's up to their ankles and they're running, trying to kick that ball.
Henry, I've never told you this.
Yeah.
The second time I met Mary while we were still married to other people was at a barbecue birthday party in your backyard.
In my backyard?
Yes. And I was sitting on a little grassy knoll, and she and Malcolm came by, and I was sitting with my then wife, Casey, and she walked by and said something about like your work. It was one of those little...
Yeah, right.
But every moment I met Mary before we actually made a film together and fell in love is like a vivid snapshot. But
I understand
you were part of that montage.
That's amazing. I love that story.
Yeah.
My wife is, her middle name is Abundance. And so we would have a barbecue in the backyard, but not a normal barbecue.
No.
She would have 2 18-wheelers come from Texas.
Forgot, yes. Yes.
They would bring a half a cow.
Yeah.
They would barbecue and they would have tequila with little cups.
Yeah.
They would have hay and we would have accoutrement.
Music.
And so I would have a barbecue that was half my salary.
Brilliant, and I remember it vividly, but let's stick on the word abundance.
Yes.
Mary.
Yes.
Because every once I have learned so much. Thank God
But what have you learned in this case?
In this case, my mind used to plan for what is the worst that could happen? Yeah, I can
be broke.
All right, I can live that. I can live with that. And then I would climb my way up. But she would turn to me and say, why are you always planning on penury? Why aren't you planning on abundance? First off, look where we are, which is abundant, and
yeah.
I actually bought an expensive piece of art, and it's a famous kind of, I don't remember who did it, but black and white in New York.
Yeah.
And there's a police barricade sign, and on the other side are these 2 people kissing spontaneously in New York City. And that was my gift to her, saying, I will never, ever cross over that line into penury again. And I catch myself, don't do that.
Yeah, you know where I am? On the other side of that line.
Yeah.
I'm in penury. I don't even know what it means, but that's where I am.
No, you're not.
I think about it all the time.
Really?
Every minute of my life. I have written down all of the places that I'm going to earn a living in the next 6 months.
But that's abundance.
That is not abundance because
it's coming from the fear of
penury.
Yeah.
I am always penure.
Henry Winkler. I think I was nervous to talk to you. Perhaps I have used you unfairly, which is a horrible thing to do to anybody, to compare myself to. And that's a rotten thing to do. Comparisons are odious. So I always sometimes come up short in my comparison. I have had the best time talking to you. You were so generous, and this was effortless and fun. My old friend who has given me so many memories over time. Thank you.
But you know what? I thought coming here, I'm just going to go with the conversation. I know it's going to be great. And look at us.
Yeah.
I will. It bears repeating. Other human beings in our age group have given up, are done, are not called, and we keep moving ever forward. That is an amazement.
Do you think it's penury to go knock on wood?
I don't think it is because I've just done it, but under the desk.